What's going on YouTube? It's your boy TriniFX here, back with another one. All right, so today was a good day. We were able to catch about 115 points today. So let's get into the recap. Before we do that, here's the executions. I took two executions short and exited once we took sell side liquidity. So let's get into it. So looking at the higher time frame, we're on an hourly chart here. We saw yesterday price traded up into a daily bearish fair value gap and closed below it. So coming into Asia, we just saw the market just sell off in Asia and then consolidated from about 130. So London basically consolidated. Once price traded into this BC here, price consolidated. So my day was bearish initially, but of course we had to wait to see what market open gave us. So here we have midnight open. It opened, traded lower, and then price just consolidated. So if we were bearish, that would have been my target, as well as these additional lows here. So dropping into a 15-minute time frame so we can get a better read on price. We can see it a little clearer here. Market sold off, Asia we consolidated, and then the market began to display. So marking off my higher time frame fair value gaps, we did have this 4-hour higher up. However, I was leaning bearish as the morning progressed, as we trading out of a daily SIBI. So we saw this fair value gap here on a 15-minute. We also had price respecting this 15-minute as well here. Let me just get that in. Right, so we consolidated. We never actually got above consequent encroachment of this 15-minute SIBI and never traded higher. So all these were signs that were telling me that, we'll have a bearish morning at least. So market opened here and traded higher into this 15-minute fair value gap. So dropping down into a 1-minute chart, we could see the bodies closing beneath the consequent encroachment and way below this fair value gap. It was also a 1-minute SIBI as well. So all those signs, I was looking at to see, okay, was my bearish bias correct? So as price began to displace lower, we marked off our first presented fair value gap, and we could notice the bodies respecting it, not trading outside of it, and began to displace. If I was set up already, I would have gone short from time price traded outside of that fair value gap and close. That would have been my initial entry short. However, I missed that, and watching price form, we could see it formed a 1-minute fair value gap, retraced into it, retested the first presented once more, but closed beneath the 1-minute fair value gap. So all those were adding to my bearish bias. So what I had to do, I actually waited for a 5-minute bearish fair value gap to form, and we could see it form right there. So I marked that off to see if I could get a continuation lower, and once price hit it, I was looking for my confirmation entry. So once this bearish candle closed below, that's where I went long. My stop went above the high that traded into the 5-minute fair value gap. So it was a real protected stop. And I was targeting the initial low. If we go back to the hourly time frame, I was targeting those lows. So that was the initial target, and we could have seen if price was heavy enough to get below. So that's where I took my entry, guys. And as we could see, price moved very quickly to my take profit. This ran for 112 points to be exact. All right, so that was the trade for the day, and we could see price go a little lower and then retraced. And yeah, that was the trading recap for today. Higher time frame bias indicated to me that we were bearish. So once we have our narrative, we have our drawn liquidity, which was the sell side liquidity, and we just waited for our entry to show itself. This was the ideal entry. However, we missed that. We didn't FOMO. We didn't chase price. We waited for a continuation on the 5-minute time frame and took the entry short. And that was it, guys. All right. So it's the same thing that happens every single day, every week. Once you are patient, the market will come to you. It's not rocket science. You know, we look for higher time frame fair value gaps. Then once price trades into it, we look for either a sweep of liquidity and a confirmation entry. And that's where we take our long or short position. And today it was a short. So guys, hope you found some value. Consider sharing this video. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. And we'll see you tomorrow. Talk to you. Bye-bye, guys.